Greetings and welcome back to smartwatchtics.com, where we find an R, you always find an S. Yep, the GT Round 3 has now got a partner, the ZEBLAZE GT Square 3 Pro. And it's in the kind of square Apple body style of a smartwatch. And it, of course, has all the more advanced features that these guys have gained experience from over the generations, from the original to the 2 and now to the 3. We'll open up the box, give you a chance to take a look at it. Looks like it's going to pair with FitCloud Pro like the others have, and you can pick it up one of a couple of different places. The official ZEBLAZE store on AliExpress is carrying this one, and the prices keep going down too. It's amazing. The technology, AMOLED screen, yeah. And under $25. Beautiful. So in the show notes, I got a link that'll take you directly to this page. You can pick it up from AliExpress, or if you prefer, you can jump over to Banggood. Banggood is offering the same watch and a little better price right now because it's in a flash deal. But depending on when you're buying it, make sure you check the show notes. When the flashes are off and the price goes up, usually we have a coupon that can help bring it back down. So we always try to get you the best overall price for the different smartwatches we review here. So we're looking at the ZEBLAZE GTS 3 Pro. It's Bluetooth 5.2, full touch screen. You've got these different app languages, system languages, and push languages that will work with it. In terms of all these other features, voice calling, because it's a Bluetooth call watch. You got dial pad and contacts, call rejection, everything. Health monitoring, all of the typical things, blood oxygen, blood pressure, breath training. Ladies, it's got your women's health in here as well. You've got sleep scores and insights that come from that, and calories that go along with the distance and step count. Exercise records, a few of them. You can do all the different kind of activities you want to and push all that data over to the Tethering app. The step counter is built into it. You got a move bar, displays on the device after some inactivity. You walk a couple of minutes and you can reset that. So it helps to keep you motivated. An auto goal that you can set up, calories burned again, real-time pacing, and so forth. The dials now, you've got smart notifications that can come in from all the different sources. Again, you set that up through the phone to push what's received on your phone to the watch. It's got weather sync in here, find your phone, alarms, sedentary alerts, drink water reminders. It does have both a calendar and a calculator, and can handle business cards and so forth. Clock features automatic daylight savings time in your area. That's nice. Stopwatch and so forth. It's an IP68 waterproof, which means pretty much it can get wet, but it's not really meant for overall deep swimming. Heart rate monitor, pulse oxygen monitor, proximity and accelerometers for the sensors. And here's the overall specs. You're looking at almost 2 inches, 1.97 inch ultra large 415 by 504 pixel, up to 1,000 nits brightness for super visibility outdoors, high definition AMOLED display. Over 300 watch faces you can sync to it. It does always on support. We'll check all that out. And in terms of battery, it's a small watch, so a small battery, but even so, you can get up to 2 weeks with a battery saver mode, typically 1 week, and heavy use 5 days. So you can go quite a bit before you need to charge it. About a hour and a half to charge it, uses a magnetic coupling, and here's your overall materials and sizes for the thing. Now, it's already put together, and it comes in the box with the band on it, a little cover that you pull off. Check the back, there's a cover on here, and once you get those off, the little film, then you're ready to explore it. Yeah, it's a nice little Apple look-alike kind of module here. Speaker on this side, microphone there, a little one single button knob on it, a nice flat screen without a heavy bezel over it, removable bands, look like silicone, a different feel on both sides of it. Yeah, and then deeper in here, you get the charging wire, which is your standard magnetic coupled charger. It attaches and strong enough to hold the watch too. And somewhere we should have, aha, a little user's manual. It's from ZEBLAZE in English. So get you started with the screen operation for those who've never used a smartwatch before. The QR code to download the FitCloud Pro app, or we recommend you go straight to the Google Play Store and get it from Google or Apple. Or use the link in our show notes. We always have the tethering link in the description part of our videos for every watch that's reviewed. And then we're off to another language. So very, very short, succinct little manual. They figure the rest of it you're going to get by watching Mr. Tix, right? Let's begin. One single button on the side turns it on. It's got that nice small apple size and shape look to it. You get the ZEBLAZE logo and a watch face. This is one of the custom watch faces I downloaded from the app, but you have a whole bunch more. No twirly capability on this one to change them though. So you have to press and hold and scroll through them. Here's another nice digital one, shows you all your basic information. A big, bright, colorful, just time type watch. Here's analog if you like that design. And now we're back to the custom watch face, which I like a lot, so I'm going to leave it on that one. Sliding down, you see that the configuration is really similar to others we've seen, in particular the C26, I believe. In fact, this thing is pretty much identical to that watch. So if you want to compare, check that review. We'll go in a little bit surface on this one, and you can get a deeper dive from that particular review. It's not ZEBLAZE, but it's another really nice watch, a little bit larger, uses exact same layout. There's the brightness all the way up. It's an AMOLED screen. Here it is all the way down. And of course, being AMOLED, you have the always on capability, and that's one of the things we compare these watches as to what the implementation of the two faces that will always be on look like. And we'll get there. Time, day, you got an integrated music player here, flashlight. You've seen all this exactly the same. In fact, right down to this important critical point. When you touch the Bluetooth button, you can toggle on and off call audio. And this is where you have to turn on media audio in order for music to stream from your phone to the watch. If you don't know about this and you don't turn it on here in the watch, you'll never get the music to play. Your Bluetooth just will not lock for audio. A lot of folks have sent these things back not knowing that. So one more time, to get there, pay attention, swipe down, tap Bluetooth. Of course, you have to be paired and connected. It should be blue when you do it. And make sure not only do you turn call audio on, but you turn on media audio. We'll play some media for you in a bit as well. Overall settings, information about the watch tells you it's the GTS3 Pro, all right? And then this, of course, will ring your phone, find your phone. In the overall settings now, you've got your basic menu style. We're looking at text version, but you can have bubbles and circles and all different ways of presenting as long as you memorize what your icons look like. Most of them don't have the name associated with it. Into display, this is where I want to go. We showed you the watch faces, the brightness. The screen time is basically how many seconds, and it can go all the way up to 30 that you can have it on before it will automatically time out. It will time out to a black screen unless you have the always on screen activated. I'm going to go down to 10 seconds on this, and I'm going to come down here to always on. Now raise your wrist, of course, as you twist your wrist to raise, see the time. This is how long it will show the time before it times out. As little as 2, as many as 6, just whatever you're comfortable with. You have to get a check mark on each one of them. Now, we're in the always on display. Analog watch. And you saw that it's an analog watch. I'm going to switch it to digital just to give you a feel for that. We'll come back out of here. Come back to the main watch face. Now, on the watch face, while we wait for it to time out, look, you got distance traveled in miles, calories burned, overall step count, heart rate, as well as time. Now we've timed out into the always on display. And I twisted it a little bit and it lit back up the watch face. So these are some, honestly, if you are serious about a watch that you're mainly going to use as a watch and you want the always on display to be something easy to see and comfortable and something you like, you might actually buy the watch based on the watch faces. So look at the ones we got on the C26. In fact, we've got a playlist on always on screen capable watches. You can go through all of those if you want to and see which ones you like the face on in particular. We're going to come back in to the display, to the AOD, and switch it to the analog one, so you get a chance to see that one up close and personal. This is with the hands and the buttons and stuff like that, and it's really nice. It's a good implementation on this large size screen. It happens right now. There you go. Shows you your power level, date, and time as well. And of course, if you have always on activated, you just twist your wrist and it dumps you out of that. All right, we got vibration, battery. This is where you can, sorry, we went back into there. Battery, you can turn on a power savings mode and shows you your current battery level in 10% increments, by the way. Your overall vibration and ring, the different languages in the watch that are supported, and we could show you quickly what some of those look like. They are the same from watch to watch that uses this overall firmware. We got an operating system in these, and then there's an overlay of firmware, and the firmware is pretty much the same between all of them as you're seeing in these reviews. This is the pairing code that you use when you're going to try to connect the two of them together. It gives you that right there. You can set your time and date and 12 or 24-hour format if you want to. Password protect the watch. Overall system is your information we showed you. Shut down, restart, reset, all of the basics, and that's everything in settings. We got to from here and here. With me? Now, slide to the right. You get this pull-out panel. Time. There's your phone calling if you got it set up for that. Most recently used apps that we've looked at. And, of course, your temperature. You can set that Fahrenheit, centigrade, or whatever you'd like. Swipe up. Messages sent from your phone. We are left with swiping this direction. Now, this shows you a breakdown of all of your step information. The 7-day, your past 7 days, the actual hourly breakdown of all of your steps, how many total, and your distance, and all of these circles end up closing throughout the day, right? Here's heart rate, going to give you your high, your low, and your 24-hour heart rate sequence. Now it's looking really like the round version, right? The ZEBLAZE GTR3 Pro. This is the GTS3 Pro, but the layout's the same. It's just whether it's showing on a round or a rectangular screen. The sleep time broken down light and deep, more so on the app. You'll see it all there. Here's your weather in your area, and it's giving you the forecast or the current conditions along with the temperature. The integrated music player. Now this is where I want to let you listen to the speaker on this one. How about a little jazz music this time? What do you think? There you go. Streaming from YouTube. Nice and rich. Very clean. You can change the volume, change the tracks. Of course, you could be streaming podcasts, whatever you'd like. Speakers on the side. Tap it, you cover it, it mutes it. So it handles music really, really well, and phone calls too. And then the last thing, slide over, you've got all of your different activities, walking, running, hiking. There's no direct GPS module in these watches, but you definitely have a good selection, and you can add more to it from the app if you want to. And this lets you sort them or take them out of, or delete them, whatever you'd like. And we're showing you all of the cards that are here. Now we get into the button pushing. We tap it once, we're in all of the apps, your phone, contacts, call records, all of that stuff has to do with making calls. Your voice assistant will trigger Google or Siri, and you speak to your watch. Your phone will actually get it and call up the assistant, get the answer back, and read it to you out of the speaker in the watch. Same with all of them, the GTRS, the R3 Pro, the GTS 3 Pro, and the C26, all of the ones we've been talking about do that. Almost every Bluetooth calling watch will do that, has the voice assistant as part of it. The date is your step count. The workouts are all of the activities you saw and workout records in here. If you have any, this is where they would show up, and you could look at some of the details of your walk or your run or whatever. We got heart rate, sleep monitoring, blood pressure, blood oxygen, all that standard. Weather we already saw, messages. Ladies, you can set everything up in the app and get where you are exactly in your cycle. The integrated music player we saw. You got a breath training basic stopwatch. We found out already that this does not run in the background. You can't leave it. You can pause it. You can exit it from here. Then if you go back into it, you'll see it's right where it was, but it wasn't running in the background. But you can keep up with it. So if you're trying to accumulate working out, but you're going to take some water breaks, you can use this, use that pause moment to stop the timer and then start it back up. But for running in the background, sadly, no, you can't do that. All right, countdown timers, basic alarm clocks. This is a business card NFC thing. Find your phone, very, very similar to what we've seen. You've got a simple overall calculator in here with nice big digits, good implementation, easy to read. You've got a simple calendar, shows you the current day and then the month overall. And finally, a remote camera that can trigger taking pictures with your phone from your watch. And then settings, we looked at all this stuff already, right? Okay, last thing is the app itself. I still haven't updated the FitCloud Pro app since the last review. And as I mentioned then, and I'll mention now, make sure you download or synchronize all the data on your watch to the app if you have it already installed before you do an update, just in case, because on some of these, the updating of the app wipes out the data on the watch and you're not able to synchronize it. In fact, you have to repair it and regroup it as if you had just completely restored the watch. Not sure that's true on this one or any of these, but just be careful before you do the update that you're fully synchronized. This is a Google Play Store listing. This is what the icon looks like when you're going for it, and here's the app itself. Now, when you actually install it, set up an account, pair it with the watch, you'll get onto this home page. You saw it synchronized everything, and this is the data that you're looking for. You got step count. Now you really see the details every hour of when you walked and how many steps you took, distance traveled, calories burned, all of that stuff. Goal if you've got them. You got today, you got weekly, you got monthly on this thing as well. Then you can get into your last night's sleep time. Shows you a chart here. There's the time, 3:30 to 4:24 that I was in. Match the grays. Light sleep, okay? The dark is your deep sleep. And awake is right there, if you can hit it. Well, anyway, tiny little one on this one. There's no REM sleep tracking on this one, but you do have your basic stuff. And of course, you got the breakdown of how many hours you were in each of those three segments and the total as well. Again, weekly and monthly is available too. Now the last three, heart rate, blood pressure, blood oxygen, each of those can be done in 90 seconds with tapping health measurement, and it'll get you an update instantly on that while you're wearing the watch. Initiated from the phone. If you want to, you can go into each of them and do them separately to get a continuous heart rate look, for example. You can go back by date and you can look at what your heart rate chart looked like, 24 hours. Your high, average, and lowest are on here as well. That's for heart rate. For blood pressure, similar. You get the reading. You could do an individual, or you can get the systolic, diastolic reading in your statistics right here as well. And you can change the dates and look at earlier dates or pick them out from here. And finally, blood oxygen, little tricky on this one. Again, you can take the instant measurement. When you go into it, it's a single point usually. This has got a straight line. I'm not getting continuous blood oxygen with these particular watches. Some of them that pair to this app do give you that, and sometimes there's a setting you can turn on for continuous blood oxygen reading. But in this case, I'm not getting any of that. So you'll just be taking one-off measurements for your blood oxygen. And again, tap that, 90 seconds later, we'd get a complete update for you. And that's everything on this home screen. This lets you run exercises with a chart, your Google map, and activate from the phone using the GPS in the app on your phone to tie in with like heart rate data and step count and whatnot from the watch. So you do all that from up there. The device, it's the GTS 3 Pro, shows you your battery level. These are all different setups that you can do. We've covered this so many times. If you're really interested in diving into all of these individually, check one of the other reviews that includes the FitCloud Pro app. What I do want to show you that's different on each of these is the dial center, because it's in here that you might get different watch faces. If it's a round watch, they'll be round. These are rectangular. And they are slightly different than what I've seen on some of the other ones. So whoever's maintaining the database for this particular app of all of the watch faces, they're pretty sophisticated because they've got segmented sections to make sure that it's offering the faces that will work for you on your watch if you want to download them and not mix them up with others that won't fit. It allows me to replace only one. That's the custom one I put in. I can hit push. It would send that over, and that would then be the extra watch face that I've got, along with the other 3 stock faces that are there. That's pretty heavy. Look at that. Wow. Okay, interesting. Yeah, you can see some of these faces we have not seen on other watches in the dial library. So we're looking at the GTS 3, right, Pro, ZEBLAZE. Here's the one I downloaded right there. And in fact, you go to My Dial. Oh, no, it's different, isn't it? But similar. You go to My Dial, and it'll have the ones that you've downloaded. Even though only one of them can be running, you can download a bunch of them from the dial center. And then later, if you want to change them, you don't have to worry about having an internet connection because you already have them on your phone. Okay, basic stuff there. The Me gets into your account, your information, and you set all that stuff up as well. And that's pretty much the app. It's a real simple one for this particular watch. So I like it. This is a pretty nice one. I really love having the AMOLED screen and the continuous always on display. They're not too bad, the analog and the digital. I like the other one, the C26, because it has the touch of color in there as well, and still being low power. But this is pretty decent. And of course, like I said, you can switch it over to digital if you prefer that in your always on. Nice selection of watch faces, limited number that you can actually choose from on the watch, but the fact that you can change one of them out to one of hundreds is really, really nice. So at the price point that they're looking at for this, I think it's definitely something worth looking into. It does a lot of great stuff with the Bluetooth calling and this music streaming. It's pretty sweet. And it's available in a couple of sources. You can pick it up directly from AliExpress at the ZEBLAZE official store, looking at under $25 there, maybe even lower if there's a coupon discount. And we're in the holiday season while I'm producing these videos, so definitely check as we ease our way through all the cyber this and the black that and you name it. You can also get it from Banggood. Banggood is offering it now. It's in flash deal, which is usually their best price, except when they give me a better coupon, and they do, yeah. In the show notes, I'll have a link, of course, to here and a coupon. And there's a special link that goes to a whole coupon page of their best promotions that they let me put out there for you because they want to sell stuff and you want to buy it. So it's kind of a sweet connection. Anyway, $22. Pick this whole thing up. That is a really nice price. You can't even buy dinner for that. Alrighty, gang. That's it for today. We're back with a whole bunch more, too. See you again soon. Thanks for watching.